Well, let me just start with saying y'all are at a crossroads, an impasse. I can tell you that straight up.
Watch them grow, perceive, devote. This is the seed, light the show. Watch them grow.
Hello, Scorpio. Welcome to your September 2019 general reading because my wonderful subbies voted for general. You know what I'm saying? Whatnot or whatever. But anyway, welcome to your reading. Shout out to my patron, Charlie, who is a Scorpio. How you doing, Charlie? How's it going, my friend? So anywho, we're going to jump right into your reading because this is general. And because anything can pop up, what we are doing is I'm going to pick 3 cards, right? So now I want you to think of either number 1, number 2, or number 3. Like, pick a number. Because I'm going to pick a card for Group 1, Group 2, and Group 3. So since the reading that we're doing over here on YouTube is going to be general and we don't know what's going to come up, if you guys feel the need to, or if you need more specific messages, like for your situation and whatnot, then in the extended, each group is going to have, you know, an energy to where we can specify whatever comes up overall. So go ahead and pick your number, 1, 2, or 3. And we're going to go ahead and pick 3 cards to specify the energy that comes up here for September and what's not, or whatever. You know what I'm saying? All right. 1, 2, and 3. So, if you picked number 1, whoa, we have guilt. If you pick number 2, we have trust. And if you picked number 3, we have the creator. Interesting. I can't say that I'm shocked, Scorpio, because tuning into you guys' energy, what's the word would I say? You guys' energy felt very reverent, is what I would say. You guys' energy felt very reverent. So it feels like this month is going to be a very like spiritual, transformative, like self-improvement focused kind of month. You know what I mean? Because I kind of get the vibe of like there being an ending. Well, I mean, when you say transformative, of course, we're implying ending and beginning. But I feel, I don't know, like a reluctance. So it feels more or less like, I don't know, something's kind of round and about. Or you guys are getting clear on where you are or where you're trying to head, you know. But there's like a need, I don't know, it feels like a reluctance. Like, if you think about the Fool card, it's like kind of standing on the edge of a cliff. But... or like being on a pilgrimage to get to the top of the mountain to get to the edge of this cliff, right? But it's like when you get to the edge of the cliff, it's a reluctance to like jump off. But the whole purpose of why you went on the journey in the first place was to jump off the cliff, if that makes sense. I hope that makes sense. But we're going to go ahead and jump in and see what's going on with you guys for September. That's kind of the vibe that I get. It feels very much like a... an ascension. Like, I feel like you guys you could quite possibly spend a lot of time this month alone, you know? Not like, you know, alone because like no one wants to be around you. But it's like, I feel it more or less like a reflective energy. And I don't know if that's like some sort of epiphany or, you know, intuitive hit or something that y'all are going to get. But I very much get the vibe of like a very reverent, spiritual, soul-searching kind of energy. So anywho, the first card that we have out, whoa, we have the Ten of Swords in reverse. Well, yep, there's an ending that you guys are trying to avoid. Next card, we have the Queen of Wands in reverse. Ooh. Next card, we have the Knight of Pentacles. Then we have the Queen of Swords. Interesting. Next, we have the Ace of Pentacles in the reverse. Next, we have the Seven of Cups. This is interesting. Next, we have the Knight of Cups. Okay. Cool. Next, we have the Hierophant in the reverse. And then we have the Eight of Cups in the reverse. This is interesting. Whew, okay, let's see, Scorpio. All right. So main thing is here, you guys have an opportunity. Like, well, let me just start with saying y'all are at a crossroads, an impasse. I can tell you that straight up. It's two different paths that you guys can take with things. And I feel like one path is more realistic and practical. The other path is more, how do I want to say that? More emotional. You know what I'm saying? One is like a little bit more, and thinking about that guilt card, that kind of makes sense. It like what it feels like, okay, let me put it in an illustrative sense. It's more or less like, okay, so your friend has a startup company, right? And because it's your bestie, you decided to be their office manager, right? Because you knew that they didn't have anyone else to fulfill that role. You have administrative experience, so you're going to be a good bestie and you're going to be office manager, right? So you didn't really like vibe with the company. You're not really a fan of the culture, but you're doing a favor for a friend. Now you've been there for a couple of years, and now an opportunity comes along where you find a job that's in your field that has a company culture that's more in alignment with you. And now it's this decision of, okay, like say like your contract is starting over, right? At your startup that you're at, and you've been offered this new position. So it's being at a crossroads where you have a choice to either reinvest into something that isn't necessarily what you want per se, but it's kind of like that allegiance that you feel, you know, because it's your bestie, you know what I'm saying? So it's kind of like sacrificing yourself for the benefit of others, right? And then on the other hand, it's something that's more realistic, more practical, that's more in alignment with you. And it's more or less being torn between these two options, right? And I feel in so many ways, what the big challenge is going to be this month is really getting to the nitty gritty, or to the root of what it is that's more important for you guys, right? If it's a commitment being more important, like meaning that in the sense of your values, like not like relationship commitment, but commitment in the sense of like you signed on to help, right? So it's like, do you do what's expected of you, or do you do what's right for you specifically, right? So the main thing is that I'm seeing is here, man, I feel like for a while, like kind of sticking with the same scenario, I feel for a while you guys were pretty clear that this is not, like, I think you guys knew that this was going to come to an end, whatever it is. But I really feel like it's an emotional bond that really pushed you guys to stick with it. And it's so funny that the Hermit is at the bottom of this deck. I want to get a little bit more context. Whoa. Oh, yeah. We have the Six of Pentacles in the reverse. Yeah, like with this situation, it's understanding what you could contribute to it. But this situation, it's more, it feels like obligation. That's the word I'm looking for. You guys knew going into this situation that it would ultimately come to an end eventually, but I feel like there's a part of you that didn't really want to accept that because you were contributing more to the situation than it was contributing to you. So it's more or less one of those situations, like I say, like with the startup thing, it's someone or something needed you more than you needed it, right? Now for some of you, oh, this is fascinating. Oh, God. This just went left. All right. Clarifying the Queen of Swords here. We have the Three of Swords in the reverse and the King of Pentacles. This is fascinating. So, okay. Like how I was saying, with you knew you contributed more to this than it did to you. So this could be anything. This could be a friendship. This could be a relationship. This could be a company that you just work for, period, right? Like you being a valued employee. And as you being consciously aware that you know this is coming to an end, but not necessarily wanting to accept that, because with the Knight of Cups, it's like I feel there's an emotional tie here. So it's kind of one of those things where, I don't know, it could be a job that you hate or a friend that you love. And I just heard like sobriety. So if you and a friend, like, okay. So if you were friends with someone and like both of y'all like drank or like did drugs together or whatever, and like Scorpio would be the person who got sober. So it's like knowing I can't be a part of this anymore. So like say hypothetically, like if you were like in rehab or something and you're fully aware of the fact that like now because you've made changes, you in, you know, this friendship with this person that you used with isn't compatible anymore. And it's knowing that it's gonna come to an end, but it's like feeling reluctant to really move on it. It's like, I almost feel like it's like, how can I say it? It's kind of like this should have been over. Like this is an ending that should have been happened. So, and like I said, we're saying this generally. So it's like, this is a job or a friendship or a partnership or a circumstance or situation that you guys have known from the beginning or somewhere through the middle, that this would ultimately come to an end because you were contributing more to it than it was contributing to you. So it's like on a conscious level, you were aware of this. But the main thing that kept you guys in this situation was the emotional tie that you had to it, right? So it's more or less you guys felt charged to fight for this or to keep or to stay in a situation that wasn't really serving you because of the emotional bond that you had to it. So it's more or less you fought for it because of that, right? Now, for some of you, this could be, it could be a Taurus, Capricorn. Well, I could look at this two different ways. For some of you, this could be a female person that is Aquarius, Libra, Gemini. Older woman has been through a great deal. And I mean older, not like old. I mean 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, whatever. But it's like that's been through a great deal, like a lot of suffering, a lot of tragedy, whatever. Like she's had a hard life, right? But she's not very emotional. She's kind of like a cold person. For others of you, this could actually be a male, right? Because it depends on the situation, whichever one you fall into. For others of you, it could be like our King of Pentacles figure, which is somebody who works in finance, a dude who's like really about his business, very structured, very organized, father figure, someone who takes care of family, things of the sort. Or they could just be someone who's Virgo, Taurus, or Capricorn, right? But the thing that I'm feeling with this, for some of you, this is actually like a relationship. So either it's you guys resonating with one or two of these people, or this could be a friendship with these people. But the thing that I'm seeing with the Three of Swords in reverse being between it, it's more or less whoever this Queen of Swords person represents. I feel it's a sense of bitterness because it became very clear to them that you guys were going to be moving forward, right? So the issue that we're dealing with now, right, is the fact that you guys are, I would say, on the fence. So coming into September, you guys are on the fence of whether or not you're going to invest in this situation again. So whether it's friendship, partnership, job, whatever. Coming into September, Scorpios are on the fence about investing into the situation because it's kind of like this energy I'm feeling. It feels like how I said, like a completion, but having the courage to like move forward. So I feel like coming into September, y'all are on the fence. Like you're in a state of ambivalence where you're teeter-tottering back and forth, if that makes sense, right? But I don't know if maybe whoever this Queen of Swords person is, if they're like kind of discerning or if they just kind of saw this coming. But I feel in so many words, it's kind of like a jealousy, because this person knows if you guys move forward, or this company, like whatever it is, whether it's a person, company, whatever, they know if you guys move forward that you're going to be successful. And it's not necessarily saying that they don't want to see you happy. It kind of is. You know what I mean? Because I feel like on some level or another, whoever or whatever you guys are leaving behind, this person is just as aware of what you guys are aware of knowing that they need you more than you need them, right? And that kind of pisses them off, you know, because they know the whole thing that keeps you there is out of allegiance. So in September, starting into it, it's like, I feel like you guys, in so many words, you're seeing that the situation isn't adding growth to you. And I really don't feel like you guys are going to invest into it. I'm being honest with you. I really don't feel like, I feel like you guys are going to go forward with something else. And I feel like that's already on your mind, because the truth is, looking back, it's almost like y'all have been on pause. So I don't know what this is, y'all, because this is general. This is so funny about doing general readings. This could literally be anything. So just listen to the themes. But the thing that I feel is, whatever this is past tense that y'all were invested in, I feel like y'all have been stagnated, to be honest. I feel like you guys have been stagnated since you first invested into this. So it's just kind of like y'all have been spilling out into this. And presently you guys are cognizant of this. You're aware of this. And I feel like y'all are already kind of in the mindset where you don't want to invest in this again because you're ready to move on to something different. So coming into the end of September, I feel any residual reluctance or on the fence that you guys kind of had is going to clear up. You know what I mean? And what that's going to require, like I said in the beginning, it's almost like, it makes me think of the Lovers. It's almost like a head or heart decision. You know what I mean? It's like, do you want to fight for something that is actually going to seed plant that can grow into something that's actually going to benefit you? Like, do you want to put your time, energy, and effort into something that's going to benefit you? Or do I want to put my time, energy, and effort into something that's going to benefit other people? But I feel like you guys are going to choose the former, which would be what's in your highest good. I just feel like for the beginning parts of September into the middle, it's almost as if you guys are going to be teeter-tottering. You're coming in teeter-tottering. But I feel like it's already starting to become very clear to you that you guys sort of kind of took an L. And now it's like you're choosing yourself. So like that reverent meditative energy that I was feeling in the beginning, I feel that's going to be you guys kind of contemplating on, or having like that coming to Jesus moment with yourself on how it is that you guys should move forward. But whatever the case may be, I feel that you guys are going to move forward. Because I do feel like it's a little bit of doubt, you know. It's doubt, it's guilt, it's a lot of stuff that's coming up. You know what I mean? And even I feel some with disappointing people. And like I said, y'all, this is general, so this could be a myriad of different things. The fact that I see a king and a queen, this could be a divorce. You know what I'm saying? This could be deciding to end a commitment. You know what I'm saying? With because with the Queen of Wands here, yeah, that literally could be because that's like the little wifey card. So for some people, it's going to be ending a commitment, like an actual relationship, and choosing to move forward with someone else. Because what this really feels with me is very obligation. It's like the only reason why this was invested in was out of obligation. But I feel like there's another person, company, something that's involved in this that isn't going to be too happy about this at all, you know? It's like I feel like they're staring daggers at Scorpio for moving forward. But it's all about choosing what's best for you, all in all, is what I can say about this reading, to be quite honest, Scorpio. It's a lot of you guys finally putting yourself first. And I think that's something that's been complex because, like I said, I feel like for a very long time that you guys have been sacrificing what it is that you want for the benefit of other people, you know? And now it's time to kind of put your eggs in the basket of what's right for you, like what serves your highest good. You know what I mean? Whatever that may be. You can go ahead and ask your yes or no question now if you like. Yeah. All right. We have Bay Lover Partner. We have Rising. We have Gemini. We have Nope. And we have Libra. That's interesting. Bay Lover Partner, Rising, Gemini, Libra, and New. And let's throw the dice that have no name. Whoa. This is so fascinating. We have the number 5. Is that Pluto? And we have Sagittarius. What is that? Oh, no, that's Mercury. Okay, for Mercury, it says mind and communication. Be transformed by the renewing of your mind. You are a messenger. What have you been communicating? That's very true. Where I can see where the relevance is in this is if your life is your message, Scorpio, right? So everything that you're doing every day, everything that you're engaging in, everything that you stand for is a reflection of your inner truth, your highest truth. And I feel whatever the situation is, I feel like you guys have not been living your highest truth, but have been instead serving someone else's. So now it's the challenge of having the courage to live your truth and to stand in your truth, even though you may piss some people off in the process, you know? And then, like I said, this is another thing too. It could be an alternative lifestyle, right? I feel for some of you, I don't know why this is coming up now, but for some of you, I feel what it is that there's been expectations in your life in a friend group or a family where people have wanted you to be someone that you aren't. And I feel in September, you guys very well may have the courage to break away from something that's been like a long held tradition in your life and to align with a lifestyle that's a lot less traditional in nature, whatever that may be. So number 5, that's funny. Your arcana for the month is the Hierophant. And whoa, dude, oh my God, this is so funny. Okay, this is so perfect. All right. So your meditative major arcana for the month is the Hierophant, right? Y'all have the Hierophant reverse. I just talked about that, but look what it says. Consistently inconsistent, mental instability, and sheepishly following without question. Don't forsake your truth in service to another's. Oh my gosh, let's just shut it down and just quit life right now. That's it. That's a done deal. Dag nabbit, son of a gun, Scorpio. I ain't got nothing else to say. So in the extended, we're going to look at these 3 groups because we have guilt, we have trust, and we have the creator. So for each of these groups, we're going to go a little more in depth and make this reading more specific for our 3 groups. So if you want to follow me over to Vimeo, the link is below. If not, still like a freaking face, and I will see you guys sooner than later.